All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're listening right now. Appreciate you tuning in. Today's topic of conversation, the controversy over 24/7 sleep streams. My name is Static Suppressor, aka Nick, and this is Let's Get Real for a Second. All right, so let's dive right into this topic, a pretty unique one in the streaming space, in my opinion. 24/7 sleep streams, we'll call them. You might be asking yourself, well, what is that? Pretty self explanatory, I would imagine. Basically, a 24/7 sleep stream is where a streamer will broadcast themselves sleeping along with maybe other non interactive content. There are also some streamers out there who will leave and go AFK from their stream for hours on end while still leaving it up just to come back several hours later or wake up and then get right back into the streaming content. Now, this is a pretty controversial topic, obviously, because it kind of highlights mixed opinions. Some people see it entertaining and kind of entrepreneurial, while others argue it exploits the platform and dilutes genuine content that a streamer is trying to produce. This kind of coming on the cusp, if you have been keeping up in the streaming kind of pop culture of Kai Cenat's 30-day long subathon, basically. He was live for 30 days straight, not a single break, all sorts of content from him sleeping, but even when he's not sleeping, he's got a whole bunch of other guest celebrities, other type of interactive content to kind of shoot out to the viewer. So it's not just him sitting in front of a camera playing a video game for 30 days, which makes this a pretty relevant topic of conversation right now. And some people might actually be wondering, well, why did sleep streams even become popular to begin with? Well, like a lot of viewers, they want to see a streamer more in their very authentic, genuine, natural state. So a sleep stream kind of adds authenticity, and it feels like you're getting an intimate look into a creator's life. It's a very novelty factor because they gain popularity due to their unique nature. Because again, people are curious about mundane everyday activities. This goes beyond just getting a simple vlog of maybe someone walking in a city or just filming their everyday life from a POV point of view with a GoPro that you might be used to. This is where a video camera is just sitting stationary in a bedroom at someone's bed while the streamer is sleeping. On the streamer side, these kind of streams became popular for the content creator because it's kind of a way to earn extra money, whether it's through donations or subs or ad revenue while they're asleep, providing a pretty relatively low effort source of income with no real need to create anything themselves. Another big factor when it comes to these sleep streams, in my opinion, is kind of the influence that COVID-19 played in part. Because during COVID-19 lockdowns, there was a rise in all sorts of creative kind of content, including these sleep streams, as people, again, sought more of a personal and intimate connection with a streamer or content creator. Now let's dive into the ethics and kind of criticism of these type of sleep streams, if you will. A lot of people may argue that streaming should be about interactive entertainment, whether it's gaming or educational content. Non-interactive streams like sleep streams kind of take away from what streaming should be, quote unquote. I mean, critics believe that sleep and idle streams provide really no genuine value and are merely exploiting the attention economy for an easy buck. And kind of in relation also to my last episode on this podcast about parasocial relationships, there's an ethical question of whether sleep streams kind of capitalize on those type of relationships to generate income. Viewers may donate simply because they feel close to the streamer, despite no actual interaction taking place during sleep. Some people might be that obsessed with a content creator or streamer and feel like, oh my God, look at me, I'm watching them sleep. This is a real person in a real life situation. They aren't trying to feed me some sort of fake content, but they aren't even actually providing any content at all. They're sleeping. And what that parasocial viewer doesn't realize, that's the streamer taking full advantage of that viewer to try and maybe get an extra dollar or two for them to really be a part of this quote unquote intimate lifestyle. Now, many argue that sleep streams are an example of creators making smart entrepreneurial decisions, turning even their rest time into revenue. So, on one hand, someone could look at that as a good business strategy, right? Like, oh my God, if I can make money while I'm active, could I make money while I'm not active while just simply leaving the stream on button going? Some viewers may even find sleep streams comforting to use them as a form of background company, kind of similar to ASMR or those study with me kind of streams where it's white noise, right? It's kind of cathartic to them. So if they're sleeping, maybe the person watching is just it's like those programs on audio or even on TV where you'll kind of see that it's a white noise background. Let me lull you to a sense of relaxation, right? It's the same kind of thing, but just from a visual perspective. And of course, supporters of sleep streams will argue that the beauty of streaming is its versatility. There should be no boundaries on what constitutes as valid content. Sleep streams fit into the idea of platforms like Twitch being a place to share all aspects of life. Now, when it comes to the platforms in particular, there really is nothing against sleep streams on platforms such as Twitch or Kick or YouTube, as long as there's no real rules being broken. However, they will raise questions about what direction streaming content is headed. And because of this uptick in sleep streams, it kind of begs the question of resource allocation among platforms. So a lot of sleep streams can actually dominate trending pages, leading to frustration among interactive streamers who feel that viewers are being drawn to quote unquote easy content instead of genuine engaging streams. So imagine, for example, you're a streamer, you put in, let's say, 40 hours worth of content creation outside of just streaming, okay? Let's say you're an interactive streamer, but then outside of that, you're also editing, and then you're posting to platforms like YouTube, TikTok, etc. But then, let's say you're deciding to scroll around and you see someone who is only doing a sleeping stream, whether it's on Twitch or TikTok, for example. You may or may not have seen streamers do a TikTok sleep 24/7, where viewers can actually send money to make loud noises go off to quote unquote distract them from sleeping. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my God, you got me so good. Thank you so much for $100 for playing an air horn, right? And the person's just like in bed pretending like, oh, I'm trying to stay asleep. How can you guys do this to me? You know what I mean? Really giving into that troll mentality. However, you as the interactive, genuine streamer who's putting in real effort, real editing time, real skill, you could look at that and be like, what am I doing wrong? This is ridiculous. I'm putting on legit time into my edits and to my live streams and getting no kind of return, whether it's financial or viewer engage wise. And that could be a real big letdown for a lot of streamers who see that, especially for those who are starting off. And because of this too, sleep streams can artificially inflate viewer counts, affecting algorithms and discovery, potentially pushing interactive streamers out of their trending sections. How would you like to be in the just chatting section on Twitch and you're doing a cooking sequence, right? Where you're actually making a Thanksgiving meal, right? All the way through, like a 6-hour plus stream. And at that same exact time, you have some average Joe streamer who has double the amount of viewers, but is sleeping. He's just laying in bed. He's not really doing anything crazy. He's just sitting there snoring. That kind of stuff will upset people and will upset the overall concept of what a true streamer and content creator is. So we have to really ask ourselves, is a 24/7 sleep stream a smart hustle or a problem? From a streamer point of view, if they are doing those, they're maximizing their income potential by creative with whatever they can monetize. So if that means going to bed, and they think people will pay for that, whether they even have an interaction with that going to bed or not, hey, more power to them, right? It demonstrates adaptability and the ability to leverage their audience effectively. However, on the flip side, is it a problem in streaming quality where critics see it as undermining other creators who are putting in a lot of effort into interactive value-driven content? And again, raising concerns about expectations for what streaming content will become in the future. will it actually lower the standards across the board? That's a scary concept. So I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this. Whether you left a comment, you follow me across my social media, whether it's Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, etc. I would love to hear your kind of takeaways on this. Do you think 24/7 sleep streams are valuable? Do you think it's a smart move or a dumb move? Are you a viewer or a streamer in that aspect? Me personally, after streaming for 7 years, I don't find it, I find it puts a bad precedence, especially on smaller content creators who are just starting off, who might look at someone like that, like a Kai Cenat, right? Who might do a sleep stream and they'll see, oh my God, he's got tens of thousands of viewers and they're giving him money even while he sleeps. I should do this. And then they might actually think that that's a smart idea and do that. And a couple of things might come from that. One, 0 viewers across the board. If you're brand new, there ain't no way you're actually averaging even, the affiliated 3 concurrent viewers for a sleep stream. No chance. 2, doubt there's any engagement whatsoever. I see so many even makers and crafter content creators who are smaller who barely get a peep in their streams because they're just crafting. And that's even more entertaining. That's entertainment. That's productivity versus these sleep streams. So they're 100% not going to make it. It's not even me trying to encourage people to do that and test it out. You can, you're more than welcome to. I know a few people who have done sleep streams who are in the smaller creator category, we'll call it, where they only have, roughly 100 to 1,000 followers. But you want to know what happened? They didn't make a single dime while they slept. If anything, they just ran up their bandwidth. That's all you're doing. You're running up your bandwidth. No one cares about you sleeping. God forbid, too, you could actually do a sleep stream, forget that you have a sleep stream on, wake up butt naked. And now you're banned because you just flashed your no-no parts to the whole entire world because you realized, oh, I wanted to do a sleep stream. Obviously, to me, it is not a creative, unique marker in the streamer world to do. Now, don't get me wrong, streaming is obviously an evolving industry, and so who knows, something like sleep streams might take over more, but I would prefer to see more IRL vloggers if that's the case then. If you have time to stream yourself sleeping, you have time to stream yourself doing more IRL vlog type stuff, whether you're fishing, whether you're crafting, whether you're doing a walk through of your city. Anything like that, to where you can actually take legit content that is engaging with your audience, and then you can clip that stuff down into better content to post on TikTok, YouTube, etc. At the end of the day, if you are someone who is looking to want to jump on the 24/7 live stream sleeping trend, more power to you. I will not be tuning in, and I will probably drop you an unfollow if I had followed you before. So, yeah, good luck with that. Hope you enjoyed this topic of conversation. If you did, please be sure to check out my other podcast episodes that I've done. This is our 4th one so far. I hope you've enjoyed these. I post these once every 2 weeks or so, just to kind of liven things up a bit and get people's brains kind of thinking a bit, especially if you're in a streamer space. And we'll catch you on the next episode of Let's Get Real for a Second.